A high-ranking Chinese military official once claimed that Filipinos don't know how to fight. But what happened next shocked Asia. Because history, bravery, and an unbreakable spirit soon proved him wrong. In a way that silenced everyone watching. Today, we dive deep into the real story. Why that statement was made. What the Philippines did in response. And how the world reacted when Filipino courage was put to the test. The controversial remark surfaced during an internal military discussion. One that quickly leaked across media outlets. A Chinese general allegedly questioned the Philippines' ability to defend its territory, claiming they lacked the discipline and power to stand in a real fight. The statement spread like wildfire. Many were angered. Others dismissed it as propaganda. But everyone had one question. Was the general right, or had he underestimated the wrong nation? To say Filipinos can't fight ignores one thing. History. From the trenches of World War II to the liberation of Manila. Filipino warriors fought some of the hardest battles ever recorded. They resisted against overwhelming odds. They stood their ground when defeat seemed certain. And they left behind a legacy of resilience carved into the pages of military history. This wasn't a nation of people who couldn't fight. This was a nation that simply refused to surrender. Fast forward to today. While the Philippines may not have the largest military, what it has is something far more dangerous to underestimate. Skill. Discipline. Heart. The armed forces of the Philippines have undergone years of modernization. From new missile systems, naval vessels, and advanced aircraft. To international training with the US, Japan, Australia, and Europe. Quietly, steadily, the Philippines was sharpening its spear. When Filipino troops heard the general's words, something changed. They didn't respond with anger. They responded with training. Day after day. Under the heat, the rain, and the grind. Soldiers pushed harder than ever. Because for them, the insult wasn't an attack. It was fuel. Then came Balakaden, the Philippines' largest annual joint military drill. But this year, the world was watching more closely than ever. Over 17,000 soldiers from the Philippines and the United States executed operations that stunned observers. Long-range missile strikes. Amphibious island defense. Rapid troop deployment. Maritime interception drills. Even foreign analysts admitted. The Philippines was no longer the same force it once was. The message was clear. Filipinos can fight. They always could. And now the world could finally see it. As footage from the exercises spread, analysts across Asia responded with surprise. Japan praised the Philippines' impressive coordination. Australia noted the remarkable resilience of Filipino troops. Even US commanders commented. Their fighting spirit is unmatched. Suddenly, the narrative had shifted. The general's claim was not only outdated. It was flat out wrong. China watched closely, very closely. The exercises signaled that the Philippines was no longer alone. And no longer easy to intimidate. The region felt the shift. The balance of power was slowly changing. And Beijing knew it. The general's remark, meant to belittle, had instead awakened a new wave of determination in the Filipino ranks. You see, what outsiders often fail to understand is this. Filipinos don't fight because they want to. They fight because they have to. They fight for their families. For their land. For their future. And for one another. Courage isn't measured by the size of an army. It's measured by the strength of the heart behind it. And the Filipino heart? Unbreakable. After the international drills, the Philippines began implementing a new doctrine. A strategy designed specifically for an island nation facing a superpower. Archipelagic defense. This approach focused on mobility, precision, and territorial awareness. leveraging the country's geography as its greatest weapon. Fast attack craft. Radar networks. Civilian-military coordination. And strategic alliances. The Philippines wasn't preparing for war. It was preparing to prevent one. But behind every strategy are real people. Filipino soldiers aren't faceless fighters. They're farmers, teachers, students, fathers, and sons. Ordinary citizens who chose an extraordinary path. Hours of sleep lost. Months away from family. Sacrifice that few ever see. And even fewer understand. If the general had seen their dedication up close, he would have never questioned their capability. As the story spread, China attempted to redirect the narrative. Commentaries appeared dismissing the Philippines' drills as symbolic. State media downplayed the exercises. But something unexpected happened. Independent analysts, Asian, European, and American, began openly contradicting China's talking points. For the first time in years, the Philippines wasn't being overshadowed. It was being recognized. Then came a confrontation at sea. A moment that changed the world's perception overnight. As Chinese vessels attempted to block a Philippine resupply mission, Filipino Marines stood unwavering. Outnumbered. Outgunned. Surrounded. But they refused to retreat. Their calm, disciplined response under pressure earned global respect. And showed exactly what not knowing how to fight truly looked like. Not fear. Not hesitation. But courage under fire. One reason outsiders underestimate the Philippines is because Filipinos rarely boast about their military strength. They are humble. They focus on duty, not recognition. They serve quietly and protect fiercely. Filipinos don't fight for glory. They fight for home. And that humility is often mistaken for weakness. Until it's too late. In the months that followed, the Philippines signed new defense agreements. Enhanced maritime patrols. Joint surveillance systems. Shared intelligence networks. Mutual defense commitments. Japan provided coastal radar systems. Australia increased training cooperation. European nations offered patrol vessels. And the United States reaffirmed that an attack on the Philippines would trigger mutual defense. The general's remark had backfired. Instead of weakening the Philippines, it strengthened its alliances. But perhaps the most powerful force was not the Philippine military at all. It was the Filipino people. Fishermen risking their lives in contested waters. Villagers who refused to abandon their islands. Civilians documenting every confrontation to expose the truth. This wasn't just a military struggle. It was a national stand. A united country is harder to defeat than a large army. Inside China, the general's remark sparked debate. Some nationalists doubled down. But many intellectuals and military bloggers began questioning. Are we underestimating the Philippines? Have we miscalculated their resolve? Is this small nation stronger than it appears? For a country accustomed to dominance, this shift in conversation was unprecedented. The world learned something important. Strength isn't just about military budgets. Not about the number of ships or jets. Not about who shouts the loudest. Strength is about resolve. Endurance. Unity. Courage. And on that scale, the Philippines ranks among the strongest. A general once said Filipinos can't fight. But the truth is far different. Filipinos have faced invaders, colonizers, conquerors. And survived every one of them. Their spirit has never broken. Their bravery has never faded. Their love for their country has never wavered. So to anyone who doubts the Philippines today, remember this. You can underestimate their weapons. You can underestimate their resources. But never, ever, underestimate the Filipino heart. Because when pushed, Filipinos don't just fight. They rise. Please subscribe.